Hello and welcome to part 2 of our Tamiya Kawasaki Z1300 motorcycle engine build. So hopefully you've watched part 1 and you'll see where we got up to, and there's our engine at the moment. Looking really nice with those triple carburetors on there, the big air filters on, looking really good. And now we're moving up to step 6. So we finished off in the last video in step 5. And now we're on to step 6, which is the exhausts that you can see here. Now, the exhaust pipes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chrome off these because, as you can probably see, the connection points from the sprue need to be cleaned up. And the only way to clean them up is by sanding and taking off the chrome, so that's no good. So we'll soak these in oven cleaner, take the chrome off, then we can clean them up and then we'll re-chrome them. And we'll have a look at that process and I'll walk you through that. Like the last video, this one will be done in time lapse, something different I'm trying out. Every now and then I will cut in, probably at the end of 1 or 2 steps through, and do a bit of talking, but otherwise it's mostly a time lapse. Okay, so if you're watching this for the first time, there's a part 1. This will be finished in this part 2. This video we'll have this completely finished, including the weathering and everything, I hope. All right, if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notifications bell and hit all so that you get all the notifications each time I release a video. Your comments are welcome below, your tips, suggestions, if you built this kit, anything, just let me know in the comments below. I read and reply to all your comments, and thank you very much for that. And of course, at the end of the movie, I was going to say, at the end of the video, please give us a thumbs up, and that'd be great to keep YouTube happy and hopefully spread this out so more people can get something from it. All right, guys, so let's move on with step 6, the exhaust. In this case, I'll go through and I'll show you the procedure of taking the chrome off. And also I'll note that we're going to do the heat marks on these pipes as well. So I'll show you how we do that. All right, let's get on with it. Here we go. Cheers all. Okay, hello, welcome back. So we had a problem with the trying to remove the chrome. It wouldn't come off. I used the oven cleaner, which I've used in the past, and no problem at all. I even put in a piece of sprue that was chrome from another kit, and it came off perfectly like that. But this stuff, I don't know what that is, but it won't come off. One of my subscribers suggested another product here, which is a White Wings toilet gel, which he does all his chrome with, and well, that's been in there for about 20 minutes now, and nothing's happening. So yeah, thanks for the advice, the tip. I'm sure it works on the normal sprue, but this stuff, no. So what we're going to do is just go back to sanding. I'm going to sand the seam line off there and tidy them up as best I can. I'll use the Icky Sticky sandpaper up to about 4,000 grit, so the surface is right. And then I'll prime that. I'll put a really good layer of Outlaw Paints grey primer on there. And then when that's done, I'll put the black gloss on there, and then we can spray the chrome on, because this ain't coming off. All right. I also took this piece off, which is where the exhausts connect on, which is going to be sort of like that. But it is strange because they don't really fit in there. So it's going to be quite tricky to glue it on there. We'll see what happens. Definitely going to have to sand that chrome off and make there's a good connection point there. And then of course these will sit under the engine, whereas this will go into the manifold. The other end goes into the manifold. All right, so yeah, unfortunately couldn't get the chrome off. but it shouldn't make a difference. Should be fine. Prime over the top of it and get them looking good. All right, so let's continue on. Cheers. Hello and welcome back. So we've finished the exhaust pipes and here they are chromed up. That all looking nice. The marks are gone, all ready to go. So yeah, very happy. So the next step on the exhaust is actually, oh, and you'll notice I've still kept them in order because I didn't want to mix these up. Could be a problem. Is to do the heat marks on them. And to do that, I'll be using some clear coats here. And we're going to use the Tamiya clear blue, clear red, and clear orange. So that's X23, X27, X26. Okay, so the way to do this is to, with your airbrush, turn the pressure way, way down and get as tiny little mist amount as possible to come out onto your surface. And just start by doing on the edges, mostly, where most of the heat's going to be. I'll probably do it around this area here and down on the bottom there. Okay, so this will be the part that comes out of the engine, and this will be the bit that goes down under the engine. So the idea is to put just each of the three really lightly on there, one sort of blending into the next, and creating the effect. So what I'll do is I'm going to do them. I'll do them all at once. So I'll do a color on each one, and usually what I would start with is I would have the blue on the end, and that fades down into the red, slight red, and then into the orange, which gives an orange rusty sort of look. So we'll see how it turns out. So yeah, I'll go and do that, and then we can come back and have a look at them. Okay, back shortly. Okay, welcome back again, and there they are, painted up, all done. They come up really well, as good as I expected. We've got the nice heat tinge marks there, going from the blue into a sort of a coppery layer over. Like I use the clear red, blue, and yellow, but yeah, blending it in, come up real nice. Like I said, really light on the airbrush, just mist it on carefully. Try not to get any really solid lines, and that's the sort of result you end up with. I'm afraid I don't have a camera set up in my little spray booth. I will hopefully do that in future, and we'll be actually able to watch me spraying as well. Maybe I could, videotape that on my phone separately, but something for the future to try. Yeah, so there we go. I've just done them, so I'm going to let them dry. They won't take long, of course, but I'll let them dry, and then we can look at putting them on the engine, and that will complete step 6. Okay, so we'll continue on. Back soon. Hello and welcome back. So we've finished. The exhaust is done. We've sort of a bit of weathering on the engine, but there'll be a bit more to do. But it's all come up really nice. Just so you get a better look at it, there it is there. Our exhaust pipes are all running down under the engine there. Very nice. Got our heat marks on there, so they've come up looking good too. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, went on no problem. Very important that you keep them in order though, because they are all at slightly different angles, so you've got to make sure you get that correct. Other than that, no problems at all. So now we will move on, and that finishes step 6. Now we're going to step 7, which is the assembly of the rear wheel. So for the next, what have we got? Step 6, step 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 8 and 9. It's not until step 10 where we need to bring this out again and actually attach it to the swing arm when we build that. So for now, we can put this aside, put it somewhere safe, and get to work on that assembly of the rear wheel. So I'll get on to that. Okay, let's continue. Hello and welcome back. So I've looked at the engine. I realised it's looking a bit too shiny still. It needs quite a bit more weathering than what I originally did when I was doing the exhausts. The chrome obviously needs a bit of cleaning, but the alloy and everything else I need to do a lot more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the panel line accent colour. I'm going to use a brush this time, and I've got some in a separate container, and I'm really going to pour it in there and smother it around, and yeah, get this thing looking a bit more used. All right, so I'll go ahead and do that, and be back shortly. Oh, by the way, the base is being painted at the moment. I've done the gloss black over it. It's going to let that dry properly. Then I'll do a clear coat over it so I get a bit of a shine, and that will take most of the day. Sorry about the noise. The birds have come back for something to eat. It's early in the morning here, so we'll have to go out there and give them something to eat. Yeah, so, and for those who may or may not have noticed, in my video, there was some times where you may have seen this. Yes, I got a few scars on my leg as well, where I actually had a motorcycle accident. But yeah, I'm coming along okay. I've got a week or two off work, so I've got plenty of time for more of what I enjoy doing here. So while I recover, okay. All right, I'll be back, as I said, shortly. Okay, so that's looking a lot better, a lot more realistic. I used panel line washed all the way through all that alloy sections in there, dirtied it all up, looks good. Kept the chrome looking nice. Don't want to get any excess marks on the chrome. You probably can't tell because of just how bright the light is here, but if you stay till the end of the video, which I'm sure you all will, you'll get some close-up photos that show just how realistic it's looking now. All right, that's that. Now I'm going to go get the stand, hit it with a clear coat. Hopefully that'll dry in a few hours, and I'll be able to attach this to the base. And we've also got our fan to put on the front, as well as the radiator, and that's all part of the final step, which is step 12. Well, 11 and 12. Yeah. Okay, we're back and we'll watch that. Okay, welcome back, and here we are, complete. It's finished. Look at that. I'm so happy with the way that's come out. Please hang by till the end of the video. I'll put a slideshow up of some really nice photographs I'm going to take of this so we can have a look. Please, if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and if you've got any comments below, please comment below. I'm keen to hear what you think of this Kawasaki Z1300. To make a few notes on the kit, it went together really, really well. There was nothing, everything was very precise. Some of the parts in the engine block, you need to really clean up your connection points where they come off the sprue, because the tolerances are really tight, and the slightest little bump anywhere where two parts have to join together can put the whole piece off. So make sure all your join marks, join areas, you know, where the block joins together and so forth, and the cylinder head comes down and the manifold, make sure those surfaces are all perfectly flat and right to go. This hose here, this, I don't know why, but that was the only piece of hose length left, and it didn't, that's obviously for the brakes, but there wasn't anything on the instructions to connect to that. So I just ran it there myself and put it across, and that filled that spot. I mean, if you wanted to, you could go ahead and do your spark plug leads as well if you wanted to. But, you know, you could go do quite a bit more detail. You could add a fuel line. There's spots there where you can put a fuel line and run that in there if you want as well. Yeah. But other than that, hey, look at that. What can I say? Came up really nice. I'm really happy with that. Yeah, so thank you all for watching this. The time-lapse sequences were a little bit different. Let me know what you think of that. And yeah, brilliant. All right, guys, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you all for your support all the way through the last video as well. Your comments are very well taken on board, with some few tips and ideas there as well. And yeah, it's a great kit. The Tamiya Z1300 motorcycle engine. Look at that. I mean, that looks really, really good, doesn't it? I'm happy. That's all that matters. Hey, all right, guys. Thank you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Okay, bye for now. Cheers.